Hello, hello. Welcome to another stream. All right. Today we do bugs. Today's bug crunching day, bug catching day. Conifer had found some bugs in it, which some of them I knew about, but not all of them. But so we'll have to figure it out. Have a good morning and a good stream, dude. Thanks, Matt. I hope you have a good day as well. I woke up super early today. It was terrible. That wasn't terrible, but it wasn't ideal. All right, let's go to here. Let's just get this guy running. Also buy better monitors. Yeah, I do need to. One day. One day when I'm a billionaire, I'll buy a $200 monitor instead of a $50 monitor. Actually, these ones were like $100 each, but they were like $100 each like a long time ago, like 4 years ago. So the quality's just improved so much, I can't keep up. But the FPS on these text editors is pretty low, so you know, they're IPS panel. And one's crooked right now. There we go. That's the wrong file. All right, let's get this guy running. I built a little starting area. We have collisions now too. This stuff isn't deployed yet, but we're getting there. Also, I think I messed up the text rendering somehow, because that looks awful now. When you move over this, you can see there's little like black squares. I think just because it gets scaled so hard, it I don't know. I'm not really sure why that is yet, but anyways, let's look at these issues. Oh, so this one let's look through all of them and then I'll pick which one I want to work on. This one actually might be kind of hard. Key presses get stuck. Let's look at this one first. When the window loses focus, the game, or this one we have to do WebAssembly. This is a WebAssembly bug. But basically what was happening is that, let me do, here, let me get the, I'll run this, and then I'm going to go and, let's see, workspace, MMO, CMD. We'll open a terminal here. And then, we actually need to, I need to go here and I need to remake this. I don't know. I think it's just Wasm. We'll just build the, oh. We'll take a gander. Oh, it's probably just client then. I need to make client. It'll build the client WebAssembly. But what I need to do is I just need to rehost it from the build directory. And I go here. No, I go to build. Then I do Wasm, or no, I do serve. So this will just serve on 8081 localhost, and we can look at that. That's not right. WebSocket connection 7777 failed. I must have the port set, must have the port set up wrong. Good morning, Jordy. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I don't know where I specified this port. Take a quick look. You having a good day so far? I did specify it. 7777. Let's look at proxy. Look at the proxy and we'll see what this host's at. It should be, yeah. Oh, config.test might not be getting set. Because I've changed this stuff around a lot and very recently. I don't know if I ever tested this. No, that's set. Actually, I think I actually need this. Because I think it's probably just not accepting it from this location. Or no. This is actually right, because it should be 8081, because that's what we are here. Oh, this stopped. Oh, that's right. In here, I usually have a client running, so I background everything. We can just do this now. And then now it should connect. And it should connect automatically. There we go. This looks scaled. Oh no. Something's gone wrong. Oh, I bet it's... Well, there's another bug. Let me just write that down really quick. Wasm. This is because I was playing around with my pixel art shader, and I changed how the shading works. I don't know exactly. There must just be some difference in the WebAssembly renderer than in the yeah, this shader looks completely different. I'll have to let's do this actually. Let's back this change out because we don't actually need that one. We'll launch a client and then we'll compare it to what this looks like. Oh, I backgrounded that by accident, my bad. Okie-doke. Yeah, I know, seriously. Let's see if you can fix more bugs than you find today. That'll be a surprise if I can. Oh, this one's doing it too. Oh, okay. I guess that when I've tested this, I've always had it just full screened. That's weird. I was kind of in the middle of changing some rendering logic recently. I thought I had it all squared away though. But that's fine. I ended up adding it. I ended up changing it so that it renders to a frame buffer, and the frame buffer gets rendered to the screen. And that way I can have this pixel perfect rendering. And then but it looks like it's still like pretty jaggedy when I walk around. So that's not good. What's up, Dracula? How you doing today? So we'll have to fix. Oh, this got closed. We'll fix that later. Screen is when window. Oh, actually, I think I have a to-do in there. Now I'm remembering. I think I have a to-do that says like, this breaks screen resizing. Like I'll literally show you. I swear, guys. I swear. Yeah, look at that. See, I knew. I knew all along. I knew all along it was gonna break resizing. I'm doing good, Dracula. What's up, Lemur? Welcome to the stream. And Yellow King as well. How do you see the future of Golang game dev? Oh, glad to catch you live. Yeah, of course. Are y'all nuding? Of course, Doru. We're always nuding. The future of game dev. That's a tough one. I think if you follow the guy who does the Ebiton engine, I think his name's like Hajime Hoshi or something like that. He has a lot of like his engine that he wrote is pretty portable. So like I don't see a reason why Go couldn't be a language target for building games in, because Go's a pretty productive language to start off with, you know. So like I think it's got a lot going for it. There's obviously a few issues with it, like generics not being like as fast as they probably could be, and then some of the C Go limitations for making OpenGL calls. But other than that, I think Go's a good language for it. I don't think it's going to replace like AAA game engines by any means, but I don't think Go was designed to be a language specifically for video games. Talking about monitors, I just got a new IPS monitor like 2 months ago. I was very happy with it. No dead pixels, but last week I got stuck red. Oh, you got a stuck red one? That sucks. Yeah, mine's an IPS panel as well, but all my pixels have been fine. I've even shipped this one. I don't know what causes pixels to get stuck though. I think if I had a stuck pixel, I'd have to get a new monitor. That would just bother me. If I ever know, I might have them. I just haven't noticed them. But yeah, I think Go's a good language for game dev. I don't think it's a good language for like AAA game dev though. I think you could very easily make very good looking games in Golang though. But you're not going to get the same level of like physics performance that you'd get from writing in C++ or Rust. But I think most games don't need that level of performance anyways, so. I tried to unstick it, but no dice. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. That's super annoying. Okay. So we found another bug. We're at -1 bugs fixed. I just have a counter on the screen that says like bugs fixed, -1. Okay, so then one problem is that when you log in, you slowly interpolate. And one way I was thinking of fixing that is by if your distance is too far away, to where interpolation is just going to take a long time, I'll just snap you to that position. Otherwise, the rubber banding might get too much. And it's even magnified a little bit. Like if you go here, oops. Let me just refresh this guy. They both came together, I guess, but here, let me do this actually, so I can just kind of show you. I'll move this guy down here. And then I'll refresh this guy. So like he also gets moved to the position. The one thing that happens that's weird though, it sucks because my camera's like mounted to the top of my screen, so the top of my screen I can't really see. Let me just slide this down to open another tab. Okay. Actually, we don't really need, we can just go here. But basically what happens in browsers, I think there's a way to turn this off, but what happens in browsers is when you switch to another tab, all the other tabs get backgrounded, which makes sense most of the time, but for a video game that's running, it doesn't make sense because we want this to run the whole time. But if you switch tabs, what'll happen is that it gets backgrounded. So then if I go here and I run this guy around, let's move him way up here. And then I switch back to the tab, you can see like there was no updates that were happening, and then like all at once he gets an update and he moves back. So that kind of represents that like something's going wrong in this tab. So this tab needs to constantly be running probably, just so that you're not losing synchronization too badly with the server. Because then you'll just have more synchronization problems. So we're trying to prevent that. And another counter bugs made kappa. Yeah. Oh, bugs created. Yeah. I think in browser settings you can enable it no background. Yeah. So I just need to figure out how to do that. But I was just kind of like showing what the problem was. So we have a way to reproduce it. So now let's go ahead and fix it. I actually think, let me just look at my GLFW code really quickly. Browser WebGL WASM. I don't know, what do you guys say, WASM or WASM? I feel like I remember there being some, no, that's wrong. Browser. Yeah, well, let's just do some JavaScript Googling. How to, I saw because people complain about that in incremental Reddit. Oh, is that for like incremental games or? I don't know, incremental Reddit. Oh, I guess it is for incremental games because probably they want to switch tabs, do stuff while their incremental game's just running, you know? How to prevent JavaScript from, or how to prevent, let's do this, JavaScript. How to prevent browser from backgrounding process. There's got to be a JavaScript way of doing this. This is not what I want. Freezing. Yeah, subreddit, I guess it's called. Yeah, no, I gotcha. I knew you meant subreddit. I just didn't know like incremental is very it's pretty vague, but I knew what you were talking about because I like incremental games. I thought for sure there's a way to do this. This is not what I want. Yeah, seriously. This is my Google foo, guys. It's pretty rough right now. I just don't really know what to search for. I don't know JavaScript well enough. Yeah, I do like incremental games. I like the strategy of like, how do I min-max? That's what I like about them. I don't like the long waiting though. Like there should be at least one, so like I think some games make it too hard to where like you can find a pretty optimal solution and it still is going to take you like a day to get to the next upgrade, which is fine. I just I'd rather like figure out all the min maxing and then go for it. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm just like too dumb. I can never figure it out. But like it's fun to experiment with different things and find the optimal way. But sometimes the optimal way still takes a long time to upgrade, and I don't like that very much. I just don't have the time to play that much. This is the problem. I don't want to do backgrounding tasks. I want to prevent my task from being backgrounded, from being like paused. JavaScript from being paused when user switches tabs. I'm doing some user interface to detect if people are paying attention or not, but the question is not about... I know this is possible because YouTube plays videos while I'm still, when I alt tab. Oh, interesting. Problem with the minimum interval of set interval. Oh, to around 1 second when the tab is inactive. If the interval is set to higher, then Firefox runs exponentially slower. Maybe YouTube's only able to do it because of because it's like a video element or something like that. Audio not pausing. There we go. Animations pause when browser tab is not active. Let's see your code in action. You can try the pause. Timeline when you're... I don't know if this is JavaScript. There we go. I need the animation not to pause when the tab is not visible. Okay. In most browsers, request animation frame fires about 60 times per second, except on inactive tabs, which typically run around 2 FPS or less. This is a feature, not a bug. That's fine. I can do 2 FPS. Yeah, I know. I realize I'm not in like the JavaScript thing. Oh, you use this one? Green sock? That's kind of cool. I just want to understand how the browser decides. Show me, I have arrived. The joy of finding people with the same issue yet no solution. Exactly. That's a XKCD. Also, welcome Tantan to the stream. What did you see, Denver Coder 9? What did you see? I love XKCD. They have the best stuff. I'll let you guys read this while I read this other thing. Wait, is your game in Go or JavaScript, or is this just compiling for WebAssembly? So it's written in Go, and then I have like a OpenGL abstraction layer and a GLFW abstraction layer, which can compile to both WebAssembly and like desktop targets. So it's a little bit of both. Let's see. So in your case, if you switch tabs, the browser will be dropping FPS down to 2 or less. When you activate the tab again, lag smoothing says, hey, there's been some time between ticks, so let's adjust the core time to smooth things out and prevent a big jump. The problem is I do use request animation frame. I kind of need to because I think anything else would be too imperformant or too unperformant. I don't know if that's a word, but Tantan, big fan of YouTube channel. Yeah, I know. We got visited by a legend, boys. Thanks for visiting. We appreciate it. Hmm. I'd be fine. I'd be fine with 2 FPS. I just don't think it's running in 2 FPS. That's kind of a weird, man, this rendering issue that I wrote is pretty rough. Let's wait like 5 seconds. I just want to see if it does. I'm pretty sure it's going to, but this said that they like the one docs I was reading said that it was like they minimize it to be like 2 FPS, or Firefox is exponentially slower, and Chrome it's 1 or 1,000 milliseconds. But yeah, so like it doesn't get any updates until then. I don't know if that's a networking blockage or a rendering blockage. I wonder if request animation frame's running, but it's not getting WebSocket data. Not sending when tab is WebSocket data not sending when tab is unfocused. That'd be the word. I unfortunately don't know JavaScript that well. Here's a tip for anyone using WebSockets in Chrome to establish connection between their pub sub plus broker. It's hard when everybody uses some like thing on top of WebSockets. Because I don't know what a pub sub plus broker is, but I guess it's a soulless thing. Oh, here's something. I kind of know Socket.io. I once made a really crappy like WebSocket game in JavaScript with Socket.io. Oh no, nobody answered it. Because like I'm pretty sure like it logged a new person in, because I think what's happening isn't the request animation frames being blocked. I wonder if I can write a test that does that. I don't think it's the request animation frame that's getting blocked. I think what's happening is that the WebSocket connection is being like stopped or something. So there's no like back and forth anymore. So then the next message you read from the WebSocket queue of framed messages is like you just read all of the updates all at once. I don't know how to. Oh, actually, what we can. No, actually, that won't work, will it? No, actually, we can. So I think C, because We lost focus. Oh, it's still moving. It's only when it's... That's so strange. But if I do this, I go to the right side, then he goes over. That was a weird visualization, the black line. I don't know. So it's only when I've tabbed out. It's not when I've it's not when I lose focus on the window. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Page visibility, tabs. This might be helpful. I usually don't like this website, but when I have ad blocker on, it's actually kind of nice. They just have they have way too many pop-ups and way too many ads. I understand it, but I don't think this is what I want. Gotta check if a browser tab is currently active. The page visibility API. Geeks for Geeks in light mode, my eyes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see any buttons. I don't see any buttons here. I have two browser profiles and one's for streaming. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember how I got the other one. And usually I have dark mode on, but let me see here. Yeah, system preference. Yeah, I think this one, this system preference for this, like I have this. I have one for normal, and then I have one for streaming, because I don't want like my search history to get collisions in that. Because sometimes I Google stuff that's like, hey, what's the nearest something something. I guess this is we've gone full circle. What are you hiding in your view history? I'll never tell. Just a lot of only nude searches. A lot of them. On blur, on focus will tell you when the user switches windows. It doesn't necessarily mean it's hidden. Pages only become hidden if the user switches tabs. Oh. You know, you know what I'm hiding there? What? Uh-oh. This message was removed by moderator. Oh my gosh, this font rendering after I changed the shader, it looks terrible. That's bad. Too scared to leak his history? I shouldn't have mentioned this. Sus. Yeah. You guys know it. You can't see my face right now, but I'm like super flustered. My face is super red. They're on to me. Detective Dracula and Jomi. So I think there's a difference between it being hidden and it not being hidden. So when pages become hidden, it means the user switch tabs or minimize the browser, I guess. I guess we can test that, can't we? Oh, that was interesting. So it's hidden now. So if request animation frame's running, then that means the loop timer should still be running. Like my core gameplay loop should still be running. And I think I have this check in the physics loop. That means it should be detached. No, I don't think it's detached necessarily from request animation frame though. Yeah, so then I go back and then it catches up all of that time. So that means that it's not a socket.io thing. I think it's a request animation frame thing. Let me check my code really quickly. I want to see what I think I put it in MMO game. There we go, boys. This message is deleted by moderator. I really need to reorganize this stuff. It's bad. It's gotten out of hand. Remaining duration. I just love this to do. So this does 5 seconds. So the question is, does this speech render component get updated in the physics loop or the render loop? But I think the render loop actually has, like, because it's single threaded, I think if the render loop gets blocked, both of the loops are going to get blocked. So I don't think this check actually really matters. Because they're both going to catch up on their time. It just, yeah, so that's okay. But I guess that means the render loop's getting blocked. I wonder what happens if I do where is, I'm gonna look at the vsync config for this. I actually don't know. Vsync? Okay, let's go to our rendering library. Glitch, window, vsync? I can't remember what it's called in GLFW. Swap interval. Okay, we have desktop swap interval, browser, WebAssembly, swap interval. Okay, so this is not implemented, but that's okay. I don't think there is vsync in what's it called? In WebGL. Maybe there is actually. I don't see why there wouldn't be, but I'll have to look into that later. I was just curious if maybe if I turned off vsync, it would this issue wouldn't happen. Oops. Okay. Most browsers stop sending request animation frame callback to the background tabs or hidden iframes in order to improve performance and battery life. Makes sense. Timers such as set timeout are throttled and in background and active tabs to help improve performance. Budget-based background timeout throttling is now available in modern browsers. Okay. In Firefox, Windows and background tabs each have their own budget in milliseconds, a min-max of plus 50 and minus 150 respectively. Chrome has very similar except that the budget is specified in seconds. See, is this the same thing as hidden? Callbacks to background tabs or hidden iframes of background or hidden. What's the difference between backgrounded and hidden? Let's just read on. Timer tasks are only permitted in the budget. Once the user's code has finished running, the duration of time it took to execute is subtracted. Okay. The budget regenerates at a rate of 10 milliseconds per second. Oh, timeouts which are playing audio are considered foreground and aren't throttled. Okay, there we go. Tabs running code that uses real-time network connections, WebSockets, go unthrottled in order to avoid closing these connections, timing out, and getting unexpectedly closed. That's weird because I am using WebSockets, but I might be using it through I don't understand how they know because I'm calling WebSockets from WebGL. IndexedDB processes are also left unthrottled in order to avoid timeouts. So really, I just need to add something that plays a silent sound, and we'll all be good. Hmm. But I should, because I'm using WebSockets, just put music on a loop. Exactly, yeah. I don't have a, I guess we could add music, but I would prefer it that you didn't have to have music playing to keep it in the foreground. Because I don't know how they, hmm, like how do they know I'm using WebSockets? Like it should be pretty obvious, right? It should be like this. Like there should be literally a WebSocket connection. Hmm. Hmm. Localhost. Yeah, so we have a WebSocket connection. So I don't understand why this would be, why this would be getting backgrounded. Um, tabs running code that's using real-time network connections go unthrottled in order to avoid closing these connections, timing out, and getting unexpectedly closed. I want to use the word. I want to use the verbiage that they used here. How to keep a background tab? How to keep a hidden tab? If they tell me how to do it in JavaScript, I can do that. WebSocket. Chrome kills the socket connection. The socket disconnection can be seen in the server log as long. Yeah, I have the same sort of thing. I think my timeout's faster though. Allows me to temporarily disable the feature for a given tab, only until it's closed. Pinging the WebSocket connection periodically does not keep the socket open. Running a crow with the -- app equals command line switch does not keep the socket open. Disabling occlusion checking. Oh no. I read all that expecting someone to answer it. Sharing WebSockets across browser tabs. There's just no way. I'm not even going to open that. There's no way they let you do that, I think. I wonder if Firefox, or I don't know what I go on this browser. Yeah. Oh, this isn't even working. Do I hear my beloved Firefox? Oh, you do. You can hear it opening up. Dial failed. Oh, TLS bad certificate. Yeah. How do you make Firefox? What's it called? Trust localhost connections. How to make Firefox trust. Sorry, I have to do this off of my main screen just because. But I'm basically just trying to find out how to, okay. You can do in the certificate manager, tools, option, advanced certificates, view certificates. What's up, Electronic Proton? Welcome to the stream. Tools. More tools. Options, advanced. Uh-oh. Settings. Privacy security. What is this code tool? Oh, this one? This is this is called Emacs. Oh, view certificates. Servers, add an exception. HTTPS local host. Oh, I can just import a certificate, I guess. Let's see here. Sorry, I just have to find this in all my files really quickly. CMD, build. Nope. Oh, wait a second. Did I delete it? Let's see. Oh, no, it's in the... Wait a second. Cert.pem? This personal certificate cannot be installed because you don't own the corresponding private key which was created when the certificate was requested. What? Authorities. I just want to trust, like I know this is a thing. Like I did this in Chrome. I swear. I do declare. I don't know, I'm not sure why this wouldn't work. PKCS12 files. Oh, dhparam.pem? That fix it? Yeah, I don't know. How do I install Edge on this computer? I guess Edge is the same thing as Chrome now, isn't it? I really just wanted to check to see if Firefox had the same issue. I guess what I can do is I can do this. Because my certificates work for the actual one. Like this one's actually being hosted. So we actually have some valid certificates for this one. Okay. Now if I background this tab, then I run this guy way down here. Oops. Yeah, it seems like it still doesn't work. Yeah, okay. So Firefox doesn't fix it. So I guess we have to keep learning about how this works. Lost connection in the background task hidden. The issue is easily reproducible. I think that lost connection issues have been knocking around for a long time. Worse on mobile, I think. Nobody has really gotten. Yeah, I feel like this is what I want. I thought something like this would exist. Quite normal. Because like I'm gonna lose connection, and I don't like that. That's I'd rather the connection stay alive. I guess we can try to play music. That seems like just a weird hack. You play music in your game just so that your network connection stays alive. That's so ridiculous. What up, Anitri? Aniriti. We're doing some web shitting. Oh, always. We're trying to figure out why this, and let me know if you know the answer to this. Well, that's not the issue. The issue is that, when you switch tabs, or like if I hide this tab, and I go to another client and I move him around, yeah, everyone said Among Us whenever they see these little sprites. I move this guy around and then I switch back to the normal tab. Like this tab, because it got hidden, isn't running anymore. So it doesn't keep any of the network updates. So like all of the data just gets buffered, I guess, and doesn't get processed by the game. Maybe the problem is WebAssembly. Blossom running in the foreground when tab is hidden. Strange, isn't it using a WebSocket? Yeah, it is. And according to the Mozilla docs, they say tabs running code that's using real-time networking connections, WebSockets, go unthrottled. Well, it says it should be getting unthrottled, but I don't know if there's a way I can manually set it to unthrottle. One option we've discovered is we could play audio the whole time. Which actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if other websites do that. I wonder if that's just like what people do. Like I understand why they do this, but and like for 99% of cases, this is the right thing to do, but I just need a way to like get around it. S&D, new audio. Holy. Oh my gosh. Where's the button? How do I play this constantly? I guess I have it on like a loop or something. Let's do this. Okay. Have empty audio run forever. Yeah. We're gonna try this. I don't know if this is this is hopefully not the solution we're gonna end up with, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it just to oops. MMO CMD build blossom exec.javascript. And then, oh wait, actually we don't want this. We want index.html. I'm gonna put it below this. Whoops. Man, too many. I just have too many tabs. Nope, not that. This one. Audio controls loop. We don't need controls. Force.ogg. Okay, let's find a music file, MP3. I don't, I did see finals, yeah. Did you watch it? Where is this? I guess I can do, give me 1 second. I'm gonna hotlink this guy. I don't want there to be any evidence. Gotta hide my nefarious behavior. That's good enough. .mp, oh, mpeg, I guess they do. All right. Yeah, I can't believe T1 didn't win again. Yeah. I don't know, like after the first game, I was like, this is gonna be an early night. And then I ended up staying up till 2 a.m. watching all the games. They were good games, but by the last one I was falling asleep, if I'm completely honest. That's why my sleep schedule is all messed up, I think. All right, let's see. So we have that running, then we have this. So that should just play. No, wait, we want to do, let's go to this guy. How do you have it autoplay? HTML. Oh, there we go. Watch this work. I'm gonna be so, what a stupid, that'd be hilarious though. I'd be fine with it because there's a way I could dynamically add an audio element when the window gets created that does this. Because probably if you're making a game, you can't autoplay. What do you mean? They say autoplay right here. Oh, it's not autoplaying. I hope you can. It's not working. Could I have some background music for the game? Yeah. I think like and the theme song for the Mohawk guy, definitely. I don't know actually why it's not working. It seems like it's loading it. Is there like an audio tab? No. Oh. Unable to, oh wait, that's from scrolling, I think. They don't allow you because annoying ad would do that. Uh-oh. All right. Let's put it above. Oh, wait, we don't want to do that. I keep trying to like rebuild because that's just my habit. Oh, it won't even play. Oh, it's probably getting blocked by this. This is probably catching all the events. I'll try to refresh. We'll click really fast. Now we're talking. Whew. I think my canvas was covering it all. Can you guys hear it in the background? Tiny bit. Okay. This is what it sounds like. I'm gonna mute it for you guys because I know that's gonna be really annoying. Okay, so that still works. Now I do this. I run way over here. Let's run to the top. Then if we tab back, we should be up there. Oh, it was kind of close. But let's do it. Let's try it again. We'll run really close to this guy. Then we're gonna wait. I just wanna wait like 10 seconds or something like that. He seemed like he was close. Like the final interpolation hadn't run or something like that, but it's better. Can you put both tabs on the main screen? What do you mean? Gosh, I hate this scaling. Like this? Yeah, the problem is the render scaling is all messed up because I changed the shader recently. It still does it. If I don't do it if I go too fast, it does it. Go left. No, it's still happening. Yeah, if I move when the tab's open, it's not considered hidden, so it still runs. I don't even know if this is a problem. I'm starting to think this is just a waste of time to fix. The only problem is you get logged out, and I don't want to have that happen. Even League does it sometimes. Like most of the time you're gonna be in the tab and it'll be fine, but all right, I gotta turn this off. Oof. And that's a headache causer for sure. Well, I don't know. We're still at -1 bugs fixed. Yeah, I just don't understand why. Like I'm almost 99% sure that I've like read how to do this before. I just don't know where I read it. How to force a tab to stay in the foreground. Yeah, the game not playing when you're not in the tab is not a big deal. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and then like you'll get a big update. LOL, you need a bug fix counter on the screen right now. Yeah, we'd be at -1. Bugs fixed. The game looked amazing so far, better than Meta. Thanks. Yeah. That's my main competitor is Meta, formerly known as Facebook. They're creating a VR metaverse, and I'm creating a pixel art metaverse. So It's a similar type of technology. I'm a little bit further along than they are, but they're catching up very rapidly. They employ over 100,000 engineers, and I employ one, so it's a pretty close battle. Maybe it's a canvas thing, alt tag thing only. Oops. How do I keep canvas? How do you keep canvas getting backgrounded? Not background color. I don't really know how to keep canvas element running. It's the problem is it's not the canvas element really that's running. It's like my JavaScript or my my WebAssembly stuff is running in the needs to be running in the foreground. How to keep the canvas element running in the foreground? Yeah. Oh, JavaScript dev to the rescue. The tight race. Making a similar. Sorry, let me read all of these. Making a serializer using SerDes, and I generated a bunch of functions I need to implement. It's already 300 lines of code. Uh-oh. It is a tight race between me and Meta. Metaverse right now looks worse than looks like a worse version of VR chat. Okay. All right, Jacob, listen up. Here's the problem I'm having. Well, that is one problem, but once his ghost gets disappeared, there we go. Don't judge the rendering. Don't judge the rendering right now. So I have a WebSocket connection, right? But so if I switch to, this is a desktop window, this is a browser window, right? And then I move him around, he stays normal, and like the browser windows is getting updates. Let's leave him like right next to him, so they're right next to each other. And then if I background the window by switching tabs, then I move him, and then I switch back. Oh, that time it was really close. Well, let me move him back. See how like the window doesn't get updates? And then it gets all the updates all at once, I think. Like when the window's backgrounded, it's not getting the updates that it needs to be getting. Or maybe it's getting like, maybe it's getting them, it's just getting a lot slower. I'm gonna move him, let's move him on the other side of this. And then I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, and then it'll be a long wait, and we'll see if he's in the right spot when I come back. But yeah, if you know the answer to that, then I would also love to know the answer to that. But I'll be back in like 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. So investors basically paid big amount of money for a terrible VR chat knockoff. You must be typing on your phone, Jomi, because I can barely read it. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Don't judge a game by its renderer. Exactly. Oh no, it's not that the render is bad. It's just that I'm in a weird state right now with the renderer. All right. Here's the moment of truth, everybody. Oh yeah, he got logged out. Cool. Yeah, so I guess we waited long enough where he just got logged out and he got overlaid on himself. His old character got removed and he got added, and there's like that's why there's two people in the same spot. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tricky one, guys. This is a tricky one. You have to move from updating per frame to a set timeout to update each tick. Yeah, well, I was reading that a little bit, and request idle callback. Wait a second. Makes it possible to become actively engaged in helping ensure that the browser's event loop runs smoothly by allowing the browser to tell code how much time it can safely use. Yeah, get moving unit. This isn't really worth the time spent on it. Well, I don't want people to get logged out if they just like alt tab for a second or something like that. On animation frame is only called when OpenGL context is available, which isn't when the window frame focus has been lost. Yeah, the problem is if I go and use set timeout, then it's not going to move as smoothly, or it's not going to render as smoothly in the most common case, which is when like the player's focused on the window, you know. We just need a fix for them getting logged out. Yeah, the problem is they stop responding to they stop responding to WebSocket messages. So I detect that as they're not, as the fact that they're not there. So I logged them out because of that. But I wonder if the WebSocket connection's still active, and because WebSockets will send keep alive messages, and that'll keep it open, but I have another layer on top of that that only detects when I receive the last input component from them. So you just need to wait for them to come up. Yeah. I don't know. All right, we're gonna give up on this one. I think we'll make a big boy task for it. I gotta go. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, Electron, of course. Have a good rest of your day, or have a good end of your day, depending on where you live. Boop. All right, we'll make a new issue. I can't believe I was so cocky with how easy I thought that was gonna be. I thought that was gonna literally be like a flag that I set that says like don't background me. Like I have some kind of media, you know, but that's not the case. Could you move your WebSocket connection into a service worker? I would prefer, I don't know really what service workers are. If that's some like JavaScript thing, I prefer not to. Right now it's like baked into my WebAssembly. So right now it's really clean because I literally just build my same Go code for WebAssembly and for like native targets. So I don't have to worry too much about like if I had to add it to some weird like browser situation, then what I'd have to do, I guess, is like if like I'd have to add some extra logic, which is like if your WebAssembly, then like offload the connection here or whatever. But I should have done what I should have done was at least keep some of this stuff. There we go. I'm running into multiple answers that all mention a set max idle timeout function. WebSocket. This seems like a Java thing, but maybe what they're saying is that you can increase the timeout of your WebSocket connection, which maybe makes you stay logged in for longer. Like if they're gone for like a minute, I'm fine with them getting automatically logged out. The problem is I want to have the connection still running the whole time. I don't want them to just stop responding to messages and then like log out. I don't know. It's a Java thing that I've used before, but I'm not sure it's also applicable to your use case. It might be, yeah. I'll include it in my issue. I might have to do a little bit deeper digging. Like I might need to add a bunch of printouts to see what's running and when. Secretly, you're just feeling lonely, and that's why you don't want them to stop responding to message. Exactly. Joey knows my true intentions. But you know. Okay. Maybe something deeper. How's your childhood? I only discussed that with my therapist. How my childhood was, and my relationships with my parents. I'm just kidding. I had a good childhood. It was a good one. I have a good family. I was lucky. Interpolation at boot up. Everything slides to position. Yeah, this would be the next thing I'd fix, I guess. This will make it look better, and that's why I didn't want to fix it yet. Because what'll happen now is you'll just get snapped if you get too big, or if you get too far away from where you should be. This should be pretty easy. And those are my famous last words. Let's see. MMO. Moo. I go back to work, but I'll send some stuff on your GitHub issue. I can find a chance tonight. Oh yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, if you find anything about it. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I'm hoping that I can integrate it in my rendering library. That way, if anybody else uses it, they can they'll have that same problem solved for them. Because like if they ever make like if someone ever makes like an idle game on it or something like that, this is obviously a feature you'd want. But music didn't seem to fix it for whatever reason. Even though the music still played, it's almost like it's a WebAssembly thing. I almost feel like it's WebAssembly's getting blocked. But I think it is a request animation frame callback that the WebAssembly gets run inside of. So I don't know. It almost feels like the WebAssembly is getting blocked though. So that's my theory, that there's some weird WebAssembly thing that hasn't been like solved yet. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? It's pretty new. What was I gonna do? Yeah, the anim frame only gets called when the window is in focus. Well, from what I read on the docs, it was it gets like abstracted, or it gets, sorry, I'm like reading messages while I'm talking, and it's I can't like read and talk. Also, Jomi, whenever you send a message, it sends like multiple times, at least on my screen. I don't know if this is everyone else's. Thread support and SIMD coming in. Oh, there's 3. Yeah, Jomi's spamming. Gonna ban this kid. Not for me. That's all. I don't mind that much. See you, Jacob. Oh, I was waiting for this message. I'm the spammer to get sent 3 times, but it didn't. Now I'm disappointed. With the layers of abstraction, the first step should be determine what layer caused it. Yeah, I agree. Oh, here's a link. When running a project in browser, the tree pauses if you leave the tab. Timers are paused and no functions are fired. This is particularly an issue in online turn games when someone leaves a tab to check another website while waiting for their turn. I don't know. Oh, interesting. Request animation frame, which needs proper. Yeah, so you need this for rendering, basically. Is not called when the browser tab is not selected. It's weird because in the Mozilla docs, what they say is like, oh, we like exponentially decrease. There's a lot of people in stream. Uh-oh. I'm too scared to look. I'll look later. I can't handle pressure. I'll crumble. I'll crumble like a soda can falling to the Mariana Trench. Could I use this request animation frame? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so maybe the thing to do is like what you do is when you're focused on the window, you use request animation frame, and then you set timeout when you're not. Was 13? Okay, nice. I've come from the Go performance videos. They recommended me. Nice. I'm glad, or I hope you like them. There's some mixed feelings, I think, but I think they turned out pretty well. Algorithm is on his side. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool to have thread support and SIMD inside of browsers. They're good videos. Thanks. Yeah, it's hard to tell because you get very close to a video when you're working on it. And so like there's a lot of times where you're just like, I don't know if this is good. Like you just like lose track of if it was good or if it was bad, you know? It's weird. It's like when you're working on a problem and you can't see anything other than like the small detail that you're looking at, and then you like step back for like just a second and you're like, oh, actually, like I can solve it this other way. You kind of like lose focus. Just watch the Go Physics and video and sub. Nice, thanks. Yeah, glad to have you. Sabotai. I hope I'm reading names correctly. Did give me an idea to make a video about looping performance in different languages. That'd be interesting. I came here just before the Gopher video, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, Joey's been around a minute for a minute here. Oh, there he goes. Oh, I wanted to put this link here. I don't think we can solve this one, Conifer. Sorry, buddy. When window loses focus, game stops. Yeah. At least 2 minutes, maybe even 3. Sounds like you should apologize to yourself. Yeah. Yeah, do you like how in the Discord, I was like, I was very confident. I was like, this will be an easy thing to fix. I was like, I know about it, and I think it'll be really easy to solve. Yeah. Oh, I hope this doesn't like notify this that I linked to it. Oh, bummer. I hate that. I don't like this. Now it's like I'm exposing myself. Oh well. Yeah, I hope no one sees that. How many people are watching this one? Oh. Uh-oh. I can't tell. 6 participants, I guess. I'm fine with 6 people seeing me be embarrassed. I'll take that. You made me learn Go. Sorry, bud. You're better for it now, though. the self-host, the Kinta hub. 6 people getting an email. I know. I've done it before. It's just like I want to link to it, but I don't necessarily like want my issue like linked to theirs. You know what I mean? I guess other people do it too. It's just like, I'm not trying to like, I don't want to like impact them. I just want to be able to find it. Learned Go, hated every second of it. The duality of man. I think Go's a good language. I know some people don't like it, but I know people using Go for game dev. Does garbage collection pose any performance penalty? It obviously does some, but you can sidestep it quite a lot when if you lay out your stuff in a certain way, you can sidestep it. Most of the impact is from like doing allocations in your critical code path. The only impact I think Go really has is when you call CGo to call the OpenGL underlying C libraries. There's like a small performance penalty there. I did make a small video about it. It's like 2 minutes long, but yeah, like you're not going to be making. I'm pretty sure if you're good enough at C, you can make Go work with unsafe. Yeah, you can also use unsafe Go too. But yeah, there's a small impact. You're not going to get the same level of performance as like someone making a AAA C++ engine, but I think you could easily get the same performance as somebody making like a hobby C++ engine. Like they're not going to be able to optimize stuff, and neither are you. And that's going to be the bigger. That's what's going to take away most of it, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's always gonna have an impact, but the question is, does it really matter that much? Yeah. So in my games, I'm not using that much intense stuff, but I would never use unsafe. Yeah, I know that's not true, Jomi. Jomi's using Rust and he's getting seg faults. That's how you know. That's how you know he's been playing with the dark arts. How about stability rather than performance? I think Go's very stable. Well, actually, Go doesn't have that many people doing game dev inside of it, so it's got lower stability, I'd say, for specifically rendering stuff. But if you use like there's this engine, there's like the most popular game engine in Go. Like if you use this one, like this guy's like look at that, 8,000 commits. He's got 8,000 commits. He's got it like ported to like almost every single thing that I could imagine. It even runs on Nintendo Switch. So like if you want a stable Go rendering library, like this is what you should use. I think he's turning it more into like a game engine now. But before, originally it was like just a rendering library, but he's got quite a lot of stuff, audio, a lot of different things. Remember kids, making a map nil, garbage collects it immediately. Oh, does it really? Like setting the map to nil? I didn't know that. I know you have to. Go has some weird things in it with the garbage collector where like if you have like an array with pointers in it and you slice your array, the underlying array, or you have a slice with pointers in it and you have the underlying array. I feel like I need to draw this because it's going to get really confusing, but you basically need to nil out your pointers when you're done using them. Otherwise they'll just stay around if the capacity never shrinks. Yeah, he's done a really good job. He has a few talks out there too, you can go and watch. I think writing correct and performant code usually has more performance implications than the language used. Yeah, like Go's fast enough to where if you're using the right algorithms, you're going to be pretty fast. Even runs into a Switch. LOL, the framework I'll be using doesn't even support web. Yeah. Hey now. Oh wait, you're talking about yours or mine? Mine kind of supports web. It's getting there. Yes, that's me who showed you on Discord the string byte slice thing to avoid Alex. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't realize. But yeah, he's got a good engine for sure. And at least we know if Godot has this problem, then we're not going to be better than them. Only true programmer gets seg fault in Rust. Exactly. That's how you know he's that's how you know he's really going for it. He's really squeezing the juice out of this computer. At what point are you just using the Rust compiler to compile your C code though, you know? Oh yeah, what were we doing? Interpolation. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Keep telling yourself that. This is this. This is... I'm gonna close that one. Those two are opened. Oh, you're talking about yours? Gotcha. Only Windows, Linux, and Mac. Yeah, he actually has a really interesting talk about how he set up the Nintendo Switch thing to work, because they have some weird like compilation stuff. So he added like some weird layer in between. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but I remember thinking, oh wow, this is kind of interesting when I was watching it. All right, interpolation. This is, I actually know exactly where this is. Not in this one. MMO. Client. Okay, maybe I lied. It's in this one. We have this function which just interpolates from the last position to the new position, like this. So what we'll do is we'll just add like an if check here. If we'll have like a max. We'll make it a constant because we're good like that. He's a very open guy. If you ask him questions on their Discord, he'll respond. Yeah, he seems really cool. He's answered a few of my questions before, which has been helpful. But the website goes into extreme details on how and explaining how the language works. Wait, what website? Where'd you post it? What did you say you posted it in Discord? I don't see. Oh, I think YouTube won't let you post links. If you post it with like, I don't know, a space in it or something like that, maybe it'll work. Yeah, if you don't mind. Ah, there you go. Oh, Optimizations 101. Oh, that's actually super cool. Oh, look. Oh, actually, this is the this is literally what I was doing when I was looking at bounce check elimination. This is the website I was on. That's cool. I didn't realize it was a whole book though. I'll bookmark this guy. Yeah, escape analysis is important too. But yeah, I don't think did I put this inside of my description? I think I wanted to, but I might have forgot it. Why don't you buy the book? Because I'm unemployed. I have to support the Gophers. I should. I guess it's only $10. I can barely buy food from the soup kitchen. Exactly, because I'm a leech. That's the translation. Translation, I'm super cheap. So how about if your, I don't know, every tile is like 16 wide, I think. You need to find your Java dev. Yeah. Yeah, you guys should have seen the Java code I used to write. It was pretty nasty. I was the guy who walked around and was always like, "Hey, did you have you ever heard of this language called Go? Hey, have you ever heard of Go?" He fired himself. Yeah. There's yeah. No, I liked my job, but uh, I'm not a big Java fan. Let's see here. We'll just I don't know. 256. How many tiles is that? He literally prophesized about Go. I know. they had to like there's this email they sent out which was like, hey guys, I know everyone has their favorite language, but we're gonna have to stop having language programming language discussions in the workplace. There's too much disruptions caused by it. And yeah, after that I was like, I don't know if I can't stay here. There was an email. No, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? I did ask you. I do. I am kind of that person though at work where I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this to people, especially like the more senior devs. Like I just want to get people's perspectives on things. But I don't know. It's hard to tell how much you annoy people. I don't think I annoyed them that much. They seemed happy to answer questions, but no one sent an email out specifically. I think it was all for, I was just making a joke. I'm just joking. I'm a jokester. If I need to calculate the distance. See, this is where I need to do cleanup because I have like tons. I have so many vector 2 objects, and I just need to combine them because I haven't calculated, like, I just want to calculate the distance between these two things. But a lot of developers have brain rot, and the mere thought of exploring another technology makes them seethe. Yeah. Day 266 of trying to get some functional patterns into our .NET Enterprise code base. Yeah, good luck with that. There's no way. Functional programming is such a big mind shift from like the normal programming. Got fired from Google, don't have money, Kappa, yeah. HR, we gotta fire this dude. He's spreading his gopheristic ideologies around and demands for revolution. Yeah, once I started handing out pamphlets, they got a little peeved. They're like, sorry, you can't do that. And then I followed that up with the Church of Emacs pamphlets I handed out. I think they thought I was in a cult, but they would have been right if they did think that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, interpolations. I really wish. We'll organize it later. I have a task. To do a mega organization. Imagine having all devs program their Java code in Emacs. I think the Java code would turn out better, to be honest. Is this what you call insanity? Yeah. Oh, it's definitely insane. Float 64. So we'll just calculate it. We'll calculate a quick distance here. They made Java for Emacs. It's called Closure. Runs on the same abomination machine. Did you hear about the Go cult? Oh, I've heard about it. I'm the treasurer. I'm the treasurer of the Go cult. I've written this function so many times. It's actually more efficient to not take the square root and have like find a distance squared. That way you don't have to take a square root, and then you just do this. But I don't think there's going to be enough of these checks for it to matter. I'd rather have clean code. And I'm going to change this anyways. Like I have vec2 primitives that I've already written, and you know. Just a heads up, new boys. The aim of the chat is to make Unit not write any code by distracting him. It's genuinely impressive like how much I get done. Considering that Conifer is always here, aka Kenta is always here to tell me to do crazy stuff and asking questions and saying things, making me watch videos, getting me copyright strikes. We'll do this actually. Dx is that. Dy is this. Dx times dx plus dy times dy. We have that. If phi t dot distance 2, and I'm gonna pass these by pointer because I think it's probably faster. That was weird. Distance to next t. Snap rather than interpolate if the distance is large enough. This is one of the things that's like maybe tweakable dynamically, but it's probably something you're just gonna statically set. Like you set it too low, and if you set it too low, then you're gonna have a lot of snapping. If you set it too high, then you're gonna have a lot of slow interpolation. So you kind of have to like feel it out, I think. It's greater than max interp. We're gonna have to skip the next part, but we're just going to do phi t dot x equals next t dot phi trans dot x. Oh no. And we'll do the same thing for the y. Whew. Consequently adding more to do, getting nearly banned. Hey, why not port this to Haskell? That's a good idea. Maybe let me open a task to do that. It's my pleasure. Am I doing it correctly? Yeah, oh yeah. That's exactly the kind of stuff you want to ask. Because that's like, that's interesting enough to where I'll probably talk about it for at least 2 minutes, which I kind of already have. So I think pointing to brainfuck would be better. Could you imagine writing an ECS for brainfuck? Now that's a project I think only Jomi could undertake. Welcome back, Jordy. Okay, so if things get 256, I guess we can, we'll do 0.0. And then we're gonna return, which will basically skip this stuff. Because this is actually a map function, so we're passing a function into this. Oh, we need a math. I would actually do it probably. Use next t as, oh, I need to do next t dot phi trans. We'll do that. Have you imagined trying to cancel your life subscription while writing an ECS in brainfuck? I could never even try it. Oh, that's actually interesting because now when you log in, you're just immediately there and there's no more. So I think that this basically works. Let's do nope. Make let's do this. Looks good, ship it. Looks good to me. Serve that guy. And then localhost play. Look at that. No more smooth sliding for us. But it's pretty smooth still. The problem is like let's go over here. This should snap. Nope. So we want to go down in our size. I think every one of these is like 16. I feel like I went further than that. How far do we want to go? Let's say if you go like this far. Let's say you go this far. That seems like a snappable distance. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5. 5 times 16. What's that? Let's give this a shot. Make client Serve that guy again, run this guy again. I'll make a C foreign function interface for brainfuck. That sounds really challenging. Ideas on an incremental nuke game? Oh, new land, yeah. It's kind of incremental. That could be it. I'm walking home in my town and just noticed we have a new cheese store. I like how like Europeans have like interesting stuff like that. Like, you guys just have a store for cheese. Oops. Let's walk down here. This should snap. But if I just go like right here, look at that, perfect. Oh, sure, loads. Because we have common sense. You should see the amount of chocolate stores in Bruges. That sounds actually pretty tasty. I would be let's see here. We want Rock to run faster than any non-systems languages that sees mainstream use in industries. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about functional languages though. Like, I feel like I tried to make a game in Haskell one time and it was very challenging. Oh, all effects are managed side. The hardest part was side effects actually. I'm fine with the pure functional part. It's a very like it's a very good way for like manipulating data. So I like that part of it. The side effect part was really challenging because you always end up like having to call a bunch of functions which just like append on the next effect, and that big effect tree like ripples back to something and then actually does something. And that was always really challenging to work with. They put a cap on the amount of chocolate stores allowed in Bruges. Oh, really? That's kind of wild. We'll, wait, we don't edit that. I want to edit this one. I should have made these like a task list or something. How do you use strike through? What is it, tildes? Oops. That one's done. This one's done. Well, this one got moved to another one. Key presses get stuck when you're holding a key down. I don't actually know if this is fixable. This is when you do this. Well, like if I do this, so it just keeps moving up. Because like there's no like key release event, and then they switch tabs. The same thing happens if you switch windows. There's no key up event. Like you miss the key up event. So he's constantly trying to run. So I don't know. Maybe I have some like polling thing. Can you poll what a key state is? Reset all key events when losing focus. That's an interesting idea. Does that have any bad effects? Hmm. I really can't think of any bad effects, and that actually might help too, because eventually I think I will have to detect. Like if I ever want to fix that issue we looked at the start of the stream, then I feel like I will have to detect when the window loses focus. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. I was thinking I would have like a timeout for keys, but that doesn't really like work that well. I think losing focus is probably the right trigger. I don't know if there's different focus losing events though. Detect. Hmm. Add event listener visibility change. Moz visibility change. To less reliable blur focus method and incompatible browsers. Oh. Moz, WebKit, MS. Yeah, I don't think there's any downsides of doing that though. Because like if you switch tabs, that would literally be the same thing as wanting to release all of your key events, right? I'm trying to think if there's any case where that wouldn't be what you'd want. Even for something like an auto run key, yeah, the actual key is just a single key press, so it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, that's true. Wonder if it happens here. What happens here? Yeah, so when I press this, it looks like GLFW releases keys. Like, cause I'm in GLFW right now, and I hold up, and then I click over. It seems like it stops. Morning, JJ. How's it going today? Yeah, we do have a running animation, and we also have an idle animation. Look at this guy. This guy bouncing about. I like it. Let's just go for it. I'm not gonna read that one because this looks way better. I am also doing good. I don't even know if I really care about supporting these ones. The thing I don't like about having all of these cases, adding these to my code, even though it's probably better, is I feel like when everything I add, I need to test. GLFW releases keys on losing focus. Yes. Okay, cool. That's good to know. That's probably the thing to do then, because I'm basically writing a GLFW API that like mocks over the Canvas API and the WebGL API. Do you plan on making a video on horizontal scaling for MMO servers? I can't seem to wrap my head around it. Yeah, like not that I'm an expert on it by any means, but I do want to investigate that more and like come up with some sorts of solutions. I've like theorized a little bit about what I might do. So I have some idea of the direction I want to build it into. It is a little hard though when you just have like a very, very small game. There's really no point to, because building like some sort of region-based like horizontal scaling in like a big MMO world is really only useful if you have a lot of players, right? If I only have like 1,000 players, there's no reason to really scale up in that way. You know, you may as well just buy a bigger server. But I do think it's a very interesting problem to solve. And there's a few there's at least one company, Spatial OS, which solved it. They have their API for it, so you can look into what they do. I'm trying to prematurely optimize my game that will never have more than like 5 players. Yeah, like I literally pay $6 a month to host this. Like you guys can log in and like look at the current state of the game as deployed, which is a little bit older than what I have here. But like I've been able to like launch this up to like have like 25 players, and I pay $6 a month for my hosting. So like it's really not and like the proxy's running on the same box as the server. So like you can imagine, where do I host? That's a good question. I actually just switched hosting literally yesterday from Google Cloud over to I was using the Google Cloud free tier, and whenever like 24 people would log in or so, because we would just like open a bunch of tabs, and when you got around 24, it would burst the I was using like the free tier in Google Cloud. Yeah, zooming is pretty borked. I'd use the free tier in Google Cloud, and that would basically with 24 players, it would burst up to like 200%, which would start costing me money. So I was already paying like $2. I was gonna pay like a dollar a month or something like that. So I figured I may as well just buy a better host. So I switched over. I found this website actually called free tiers get shut down because of crypto miners. Yeah, I believe it. This one. Well, there's Volter. Volter seems like a good option, which is a little bit higher performance than Google Compute or Google Cloud. Like the problem with these ones is they give you a lot of features, but they're very expensive. Volter seems like a good balance between like having cheap, good performance and having what's it called? And having like some nice features. Like they'll run Kubernetes and things like that. But I'm using what's called host hatch. Holding backspace does not keep deleting text. It doesn't? Oops. Oh yeah, it doesn't. My bad. I need to fix that as well. So I'm using what's called host hatch. But this website's really good. You can go to like compare and look at providers, and if you go to rankings like best VPS, host hatch is like the second one, and they have hosting all around. So I'm using this one right now. I might switch over to Volter though in the future. I also might switch over to Kentabo. Kentabo has Kentabo's like the best money for your dollar. Where did you decide to use the one you see now instead of Volter? Yeah, if you can just look at like let's look. Compare. Trying to find exactly what I did. I feel like there was a way to compare these. Screener. Host Hatch just has better performance, but they have a lot less features. Like you can't use a load balancer, you can't use things like that. So if you need some of those extra cloud features that are very, very common, you probably shouldn't use Host Hatch. Man, where is it? Compare providers. Okay, here we go. Volter, Host Hatch. Kentabo was also very good. I thought they had like a so you can just see like in terms of performance what you get per dollar. Like you spend like $6 here, you get a little bit more performance. You can go and click on these and like look at the they'll run like benchmarks on it. But they're both not bad. It's just you're gonna get a little bit less performance out of it. And mine's a very like CPU the CPU performance is very important for my game. It's like all about CPU basically. But you can see like just the number of features Volter has, and that's probably why it costs more money. Like Host Hatch has none of this stuff. Like I literally just get a server. I don't get anything else. I don't even know if my IP is static. I actually emailed them about that, so we'll have to see. If it's not static, I probably have to switch. So, but yeah, I think Volter's a good option. I think Kentabo's a good option. But this is a good website for doing those comparisons. This game coming along. Yeah, it is kind of coming along. I remember using really cheap Volter IPv6 tier. I got 5 years ago. Oh, nice. Yeah, like I'm so far. I've only had it for 1 day. I'm pretty happy with host hatch though. It was very easy to set up. So that's good. That's the good thing. I've stopped using Messenger. Yeah, the nice thing about Volter though, I will say this. Where is it? Full screen this guy. The nice thing about Volter, if you go to their pricing page, where is it? Cloud compute, Intel. Like you can get $1, like you can get a 250, 10 gigs of storage, half a terabyte, half a gig of memory, and a CPU for 250. Like that's really good. Like that's very very reasonable. The lowest the price one at Host Hatch is like $4. So if you just want to have like a computer that just does something, like this is a nice option. And I think as you scale up the size of your instance, Volter becomes more comparable with things like Host Hatch. Host Hatch just has for the lower tier ones. It seems like it has a little bit better performance. Spare runs right now, but I use his tutorial and built a 3D front end with. I used his tutorial and built a 3D front end with Pixie.js. My netcode is a bit worse. LOL. Yeah. Hey, I haven't even fully figured out my netcode either. I'm hoping to make more videos about it though. So I'm working on the next one about that, which is about like kind of synchronizing the world when log in and log out events happen, things like that. So I'll try to make like short form videos. I'm gonna make them less like the earlier videos I made for the MMO was very like, here's the code I wrote to do this thing. I'm gonna make it less like that and more like, here's the high level of how I solved this problem, and I'll let you code it yourself. Because the tutorial videos just take too long to make, and I have to be like a lot more organized. It's a lot easier to like code a bunch of stuff and then kind of come up with a solution and then put all of that into a video. But I'll try to make it as detailed as I can, so it's understandable. But I'm not like a professional MMO builder by any means, so there might be more industry standard things that I'm not doing. So feel free to point out if you see any weird stuff. So weird. Oh well. I kind of went off the rails after the first few videos anyways. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like it's too hard to follow, especially if someone wants to do it in a different language. It's like I can't possibly expect people to understand the entire state of the code base, because it's going to get way bigger than I kind of originally expected, you know? But this works. Dude, is this the only change I've done? May as well make a commit here. Add interpolation when distance is large enough. I actually started this as sort of an intro to Project to Go. Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's a pretty good introduction. There's a lot of other ones out there too that are probably maybe more better than mine, but I don't know them. I kind of learned by like having to do something. Yeah, that's true. And like it really depends on the kind of networking requirements your gameplay is going to have, and that like really determines how you're going to build your networking. Like if you're doing something that's like RuneScape and you have like 0.6 second ticks, then you would probably architect it very much different than how I architected mine. I'm planning to make mine a much more like faster paced type thing. So all right, let's go to glfw package And we will add an event listener, which basically checks to see when. Go to browser. We're gonna have a callback, which basically will trigger when we lose focus. And if we lose focus, we're going to what's it called? We're going to drop all of the keys states that I store here. First, yeah, a lot of here. I'm going more RuneScaping. Nice. Yeah, I think the bandwidth requirements for a game like RuneScape is probably a lot lower. And you probably would yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that type of game, but you'd probably scale differently than how I'm planning to scale. So you just have a single server shard right now? Yeah, I just have one server. Define an MVP and make it really small. Yeah, that's always a good way to start. I'm a very like incremental type developer. Like I want to code something and then I want to see how it did, and then kind of adapt that to be a little bit better in terms of how I need it to be. Okay, so this will be I don't really want to add all of these, I think. Wait, what is this? Wheel. Oh, add event listener. Whoops. I put it in the wrong spot. Nope, that's not what I wanted. All right, let's go copy this again. If hidden. Actually, how does this work? Make sure to finish every iteration, even if the last step is a bit boring. Yeah, that's the hard part for me. I'm very good at like getting 90% through something and then being like, all right, I'll move on to the next thing. That's why you see the rendering bug, because I just didn't. I made it to do and then forgot about it. I really like the stream today. Thanks, appreciate it. I kept listening to it on the car ride like a podcast. Do I have a good podcaster voice? I hope so. I could add some like you can add a lot of like filtering on your voice to make it sound very podcasty, very broadcast. Yes, amazing podcast voice. So we'll just add this. We'll just add this one, this event listener. And I think all this does is it basically just sets this event map. Focus in, page show, blur, focus out, page hide. What does this mean? Oh, these are so what he's doing is basically if it's changes to focus or focus in or page show, then it sets the visibility to true. So I want to look for blur, focus out, or page hide. Sounds really warm through the car speakers. Nice. Nailed it. I nailed it. I feel like sometimes I slur my words a little bit, especially on like the S sound. But I've only recently realized that because I have to edit my own, like I edit my videos and then you hear yourself talk a lot. So you end up like, I don't know, picking out weird things that you sound like. Let's see here. I guess this is a string, huh? Window event.type. So this is the event. It's okay. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I forgot to paste this guy in. Event equals EVT or window.event. I don't know what that means. I just don't know. I think what we're gonna have to do is this. What we probably should do is we probably should look at the documentation for this visibility change and just see what actually gets returned. Oh, here we go. The visibility change event is fired at the document when the contents of its tab have become visible or have been hidden. This event is not cancelable. All right. We get event on visibility change event, a generic event object. So we want to do event.get. I think it's probably going to be a string. The event doesn't include the document's updated visibility status, but you can get that information from the document's visibility state property. This event fires with a visibility state of hidden when the user navigates to a new page, switches tab, closes tab, minimizes or closes the browser, or on mobile switches from the browser to a different app. Transitioning to hidden is the last event that's reliably observable by the page. The developer should treat it as likely the end of the user's session. Interesting. Transitioning to hidden is also a good point at which pages can stop making UI updates and stop any tasks that the user doesn't want to have running in the background. This is a good thing to detect. In West Flanders, most people don't have a clear distinction between G and H. Like when they're together, or like they just sound like they're very different. G and H. Do they make G's sound like H's, or do they make H's sound like G's? So we just want to check visibility state, I think. I think this guy's way of checking maybe a little bit less. Everything just sounds like H. Dutch G is a whole nother sound. It is different indeed. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know Dutch. I think I think Joey's actually pointed out to me that sound before, and I think I've listened to it on like Google Translate or something. It'll like play the audio for how a language's sounds are. Let's do this. Do I have format? We'll print the event and we'll print the state. Then if state equals or actually it's probably hidden, huh? Clear all the what are they called? All the inputs. Cool. Let me see how I store this. Where's my window? Nope. There we go. Keys. What do you get? I'm trying to think actually. I don't think. Oh, because I use those on poll. I use polling for those. So I'm trying to think of the different ways I capture key changes. I don't think I send a callback for these. I think I just clear it for the polling way. Yeah, I just have, there's like multiple layers to this thing. I think that this is what I would change. Let me look at actually my rendering library. Let me look at mouse button key callback. Yeah, I track the key state here. The weird thing is though, is that I clear this every frame. Hmm. I think I detect all of keys based off of the key state. I don't think that actually what we're doing will work. Because how it works is I use, well, like in the desktop version, I use the key callback to track a key state. And then this clears every single frame. So that's why when GLFW, we switch away, GLFW keeps running in the background. So this is that same exact background problem. It's just the fact that the user input isn't getting cleared, I think. Let me look at my input code. Render input. I guess I moved it. Where did I move this to? I definitely should have moved it. I just don't know where I put it. If I was me, where would I put this? I'd probably put it here, huh? Oh yeah, capture input, perfect. Yeah, I clear them all. So I guess this is not getting run. That's tricky. I don't know. So when you lose focus, no code gets run anymore. So the last message you sent to the server was like, hey, I'm going right. And you don't send any other messages to the server basically to say that, like, because like none of these loops keep running. So you never tell the server, hey, I stopped pressing right, because it's getting backgrounded. Let's look at the how the request animation frame runs. I wonder if I can maybe sort of set the user's move state on loss of focus. Yeah, like the problem is that this is wait, where was I? Like this will be the last thing that gets run. I guess we can test this to see if this works, but this will be the last thing that gets run. But how I have the input tracking set up is it'll clear every frame. The problem is once they click away, the next frame doesn't run, but this function will run. So I wonder if I could use this function to set the looping to be some kind of like slow, like 1 second loop, rather than be a request animation frame. Like, I wonder if I can just call it. Animation frame callback puts an empty struct into the animation frame channel. What if I do? I'm just curious. Well, let's test this really quick, and then maybe we will see. We'll see what this does when we add this in. What this might do though is if it changes to hidden, it might run one more frame, which might clear everything basically. Which might actually be pretty good. But the long term might actually be to set some timer that just runs this animation frame channel like once a second or something really slow, just to keep like the player logged in. So yeah, let's well, I need to oh well. We'll do make client and serve. I think I can just do build. Browser WASM 281. Okay. Missing return. What does this return? Oh. That's fine. We can go to wait a second. Build? Yeah. Oh, this isn't going to work because it's not a part of the Okay, here's what we'll do. Make client and cd build. And serve. That's not right. There we go. That is right. Oh, it's not even running. All right, we're looking for yeah, so it should have detected that. Oh no, it did. Object undefined. Okay, so the callback's triggering. I think my way of pulling the data out isn't working though. So let's fix that. Event. I thought it was called visibility state. Document.visibility state. Oh, this isn't an event object. This is a I guess I can just get the document and check visibility state. That just checks. Yeah. So I just need to check the visibility. I thought for sure, or when I was coding it, I thought this was an event object, not the document object. And that works because you're already in a relative. Yeah. I just didn't realize it wasn't attached to the event. I thought it was attached to like I pulled it out of the event. I don't need the event. I need the document. That should work. Let's go and redo this now. There we go, hidden visible. Did I close this? Okay. So another guy. We'll do 50-50 splits. Wow, that looks terrible. I really need to fix that. Okay, now let's see if I hold down, or let's go up here and then we'll do it. If I hold down, then I tab. Very strange. I wonder, actually, let me run one other experiment. No, these should get cleared every frame. I don't know. It's weird that when I come back to it, it's still stuck. So I think I actually might need to still clear it here. Oh, this actually needs to happen. I forgot to enable that. Too much tuna, let me tell you. Okay. That and that. All right, let's try it out. No, it gets stuck. So let's clear those actions now. Because when I call pressed, oh, that's just pressed. When I call pressed, window.getMouse. Oh, I call that, I don't use the buffered one. That's why, okay. Man, I'm just all over the place. That's fine though. So I think what we need to do is we need to clear it like you said. I don't think we need this, but maybe in the future we'll do that timeout thing I mentioned. Let's look at the key down. There's a key up event. Go full screen if requested. If so, we want to do this for all of W keys. For I, all right, we'll do this. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, so now they stop when they come back at least. So that's fixing one thing. But that doesn't fix the problem where they keep moving when they hold the button down. And that part's happening basically because the next frame isn't running. Oh wait, maybe if we do both of these. We'll set all the keys to release and then we'll do this. Because it's like, it's basically saying like run one more. So let's try that. All right, let's see. Give this a refresh. Look at that. Oh no, he's got stuck. Aw. Sometimes it works. Like that time it worked. Hmm. Let's go through. We can remove these printouts now. Or is that too hacky? No, I think that this is the right thing to do. The problem, like this is fine, this part where we clear all the keys. We might also want to do it with mouse buttons. I guess it'd be hard to switch tabs when you're, I don't know, when you're pressing a button, a mouse button, but I guess it's still possible probably. There's probably some way. This part though, because I normally do request animation frame, but I think if I do like if I do this one, how do I do set timeout? I might do this, run one now. Like it'd be cool if I could do like what I'm thinking is that in the interim I just manually do a set timeout and run it. But it's gonna really fake, it's really gonna fake stuff out because request animation frame comes with a frame time, I think. Actually, I don't know how I calculate that. This package I actually forked from somebody else who stopped maintaining it. So a lot of the stuff in here I'm not like super duper familiar with. Like what my idea was is that instead of request animation frame, I'd switch to set timeout, which seems to be more which seems to run more stably when it's oh, this is too let's go back one. Timers such as set timeout are throttled. Yeah, so we stopped getting the request animation frame callbacks, but we could switch to set timeout and run that. And then basically we get like where is it? I was just reading it. Yeah, we get like a time budget basically. 50 milliseconds is way more time than we need to run once, you know? It's weird. It's weird though that when I do this manual, animation frame channel. This should trigger. But when you call swap buffers, I'm so confused. I don't understand. Animation frame callback. Call request animation frame callback. This basically waits then for the next. Oh, that's what it does. So swap buffers get stuck. So even though I send one, it's just kind of a race condition now where it's like, it's depending on if this gets prioritized to be scheduled before this other callback ends. Where was I? Shoot. What I could do, I think, is that when they call swap buffers, if they just transition to hidden, I could let it run like one more time. Just to like clean stuff up. That's what I'm mostly worried about. I'd be fine if they wait and they log out because they stop sending updates or whatever, but maybe we'll do that. We'll track some state in here if they just went hidden. And if they just went hidden, we'll have one tick where we just return. We'll try that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, and then we'll see if this works. I'll be right back. So glitch to beat Zelda, Link to the Past in 3 minutes. Oh, that's cool. Having a tick where we can do certain tasks sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I think that things will sort themselves out if we just had like one more tick to run in. I don't think we necessarily need to have like this continuous timer running. So I don't think that this will be particularly that hard. We'll just do like window dot just hid. If windows dot just hid If that's true, we're just going to return nil, and that's going to basically loop it again. But before that, we're going to do windows.justWint hidden equals false. So we'll basically toggle it, and then we'll return immediately. And then the next loop was going to run to the next swap buffers call. This is where vsync would normally happen, and vsync kind of happens on this. So then we just need to add this to the window type. That's the wrong one. Here, we'll put it, this is gonna be a bool. Used to track if the window just went hidden. And then we'll go to our callbacks. Oh, this is always so, oh, I guess this is only gonna get called once. So if the state went hidden, this will be that one case. So we just went hidden true. W dot. Do I call it W here? Yeah. And now we don't need to do this, because it should just run one more time. It should at least run one more time. Go ahead and restart these guys. Go to, oops. Cross your fingers. This is our moment. Ugh, so gross. Oh, I guess, oh, it didn't, it definitely didn't work. Look at that, that's so weird. Maybe there's something else that's sticking this thing, because I just switched tabs and it, and we'll do this. I'll hold up. No, I wanted to do it on tabs. No. When it comes back, it fixes itself, but. Maybe my logic's wrong somehow. Just when hidden is true. And we're doing it before we would have been blocked. Maybe I still need to send this. Because maybe it's getting stuck here. I don't know. Maybe like what could be happening is we could be waiting on this callback to return, and then when we go hidden, we don't send the next one, so we're just waiting on here. Will the resetting of the keys have an effect on the current key state, or will it be overwritten since we are still pressing the button? Will the resetting of the keys have an effect on the current key state, or will it be overwritten since we are still pressing the button when animation frame runs? So the thing is, I think that from the documentation, they made it sound like the last thing that happens is, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying, but I think according to the docs, at least, the last thing that happens is this, or sorry, where is it? Is this event is going to get triggered? According to these docs I was reading, that's what it made it sound like. But yeah, that is possible, I guess, because then we're clearing it, and then the next animation frame runs, we're still holding it down. I don't know if when we like, I don't know if they consider it down though when we switch tabs. That I'm not sure about. There's 2 for 2. 3 for 3. No. Oh, I got that one. It just took a little while. Does he ever stop? I can't because there's a wall there. It's a little bit better. I added collision detection on the tiles so you move slower in the water. Pretty cool. Man, this is a tricky one. I feel like doing stuff in browsers is always such a pain. Like everything's so like sandboxed that you have to dance around so many little things. I'm still wondering if we can't just reset the player's velocity. Right now I don't have a velocity object, but like I'm resetting their inputs every frame. It's just that the frames must not be running. It is weird, however, that I do this. I just click a different window. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. He continues to run downwards. Quite hard to tell what I did there, but then you open your app in a different browser and everything's broken. Yeah, exactly. That'll be the worst possible outcome. I did have some browser incompatibility issues at the start of this thing, but it seems like most browsers are working nowadays. For people that have at least told me. Except for mobile. But I'm not planning to target that at all. Why would this not work? Oh, because it's not going hidden. But it's not getting the key up. Is getting browser stuff working a priority right now? I was hoping to make it a browser-based game. Like, I am hosting it on the browser. I'm not hosting a desktop version. Like, I kind of designed it so that it would work on both. Like, I want it to be a desktop client and then use UDP for like faster networking. And then use WebSockets for browser. Like, I did want browser to be a main target. This is it's kind of like a minor problem though, you know? It's weird that I don't detect the event when you do this. When you go to a different window, it doesn't become hidden, I guess. It becomes, something else must happen. Maybe I can trigger on that as well. Maybe, I wonder if this even happens. Does it? Hey, Ninny, how's it going? I saw your message, but sorry, I was... Oops. Welcome to the stream. Oh, undefined event. Actually, I'm just gonna print this. What if we open another full screen app? What do you mean? Oh, like it just alt tabs or something like that? Oh, wow. Guy's going fast. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so it doesn't, that event doesn't trigger when I just switch, like it doesn't get hidden, it just alt tabs. Yeah, it only triggers when I minimize the browser or I switch tabs. Serializer coming along. If anyone needs to write a serializer, deserializer in Rust, Certi is really nice to work with. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know I've referenced, when I was writing some of my serialization stuff, I know I referenced that a little bit. Let's look at, I wanted to look at this documentation. Pause music on transitioning to hidden. Analytics. On focus. If needed, you can use on blur. Oh, it's window.onFocus. On focus. On blurs on elements. Yeah, I just want here we go. Focus event. The opposite of focus is blur. Do I have window? How do I get document if I don't have window? Focus callback. Oh, this isn't even. I wonder if I need to be using, I wonder if focus captures the ones I was just looking at anyways. Remember to use it on the whole document? Yeah. Yeah, according to this answer, at least it was window.onFocus. I don't really know how to, document.call, add event listener, document.call. Let's just do this. Focus. We'll rerun this guy. Oh. Missing return, of course. Holy. Okay. No. I don't think it worked. I should be losing focus there. I guess document isn't the right thing to add it on. Wonder if I can do this. I think I can do this actually. I'm gonna call it HTML window. That should do that. Now we do this. No. Oh. There we go. Oh, I'm not focusing when I go to this. That's funny. Like this doesn't, oh, that does take me to focus, I guess. How do I clear these? I just want to like, I guess, okay. So maybe we do this actually. We'll do a blur. We'll copy paste this guy in. But we don't need to check any of this, I don't think. I'm curious. Here's what we'll do. Man, that'd be so cool if we fix this. So blur happened there. Focus happens there. This, then this. Blur happens and then focus happens. And then viz change kind of does similar things, but viz change only happens when I switch tabs. So blur might be actually the right thing to go with. So whenever blur happens, I probably want to do this. Whoops, that's wrong. I don't even think I need to check the state. I'm going to comment out this guy. And then we're just going to do the same logic, but in the blur logic. And then if focus happens, we might do something different, but right now I'm just going to print it. Okie doke. Okay, that part works now. Oh shoot. Up. Oh, actually, we want to do this, don't we? Oh. Oh, I thought he was going to stop, but then he just slowed down because of the water. It doesn't exactly work, but we fixed the one part at least. Just when we switch tabs, it doesn't fix it. I'll have to revisit this in the future though, I think. I think this is as good as we're gonna get it for today. Which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, it seems like there must be some race condition happening, which is preventing it from working all the time. I also wonder if, because how it's supposed to work, from what I understand, is like there's some amount of budget that I get to compute every time when I'm backgrounded. So if I if I'm able to do the clearing in that amount of time, then I'll be good. What I could also do is, where is it? Like probably the right thing to do is, see how there's this callback? There's a GLFW callback. Where is it? I swear. Focus? Yeah, there's a focus callback. So what I could also do is I can have this focus thing trigger that as well. And then in my games, I could basically just have it, or I guess, I don't know if this will fix it, but then the game could manually detect that, I guess. Probably before the browser switches over. But I don't know, I don't know if that'll solve it, because it seems like the next loop's not running, which is kind of the problem, right? Actually, let me try one more thing. I want to do this, but I want to do it like twice. What I was thinking is that, where do I set this? Let's do this. Then it'll run at least twice. Didn't fix it. Oh well. Oh well, we'll have to solve this another day. I need to go eat lunch. I woke up super early today. But thanks everyone for stopping in. It was a pretty productive stream today, I feel like. It was a good one. We had a lot of new visitors, which is always fun to see. But unfortunately this will be it for today. Cool, yeah. You're always welcome back to tune in. So yeah. All right. You guys have a good one. I'll see you later.